Hey everybody, it's your boy Nerder Kane. It's Friday here. I got some new got some comics I got to catch up on, and I'm trying to do it. Atlanta finally thawed out, so I was able to go out and get some new comics today. Robotech's gonna have to wait. I got to find five. Five is sold out, so I got to go track it down. But the other day I was going through the comic shop and I was passing by X-Men Blue. I've kind of given up on X-Men Blue. Cullen Bunn would much rather be doing horror comics. And it's obvious if you go to his Twitter page, it's all about his indie stuff and the horror comics that he wants to do. He's not interested in the X-Men. And if you follow this channel, as 13 people do currently, you will see that I'm a huge fan of the X-Men. I was trying way too hard to like X-Men Blue, and I guess the point where they were just like Diversity in Comics says, he was writing comics like somebody who was afraid to get fired. He was just like checking off baddies off of a list, like the villains, and they were just going one through the other in like maybe 1 or 2 page story or 1 or 2 comic story arcs. And it really did just feel like they were going through the motions, so I gave up on that. But I saw this, and look at this cover. God, this is look at this. This is a great looking cover. The colors are beautiful. The way it flows from the title down through the characters. I'm not sure who this is. She wasn't in the book, and same with him. I don't know who that is. I don't know who that is. These other ones were in the book. But look at their Storm, a woman, looking like a woman. Old Man Logan, looking like Old Man Logan. This is a really good cover. But this whole issue was like a bait and switch. And actually, you know what? While we have Wolverine on the screen, let me go through this. A few years ago, they did the Death of Wolverine, and that was incredibly brave of them as a company to get rid of the guy who was pretty much their marquee guy through the 90s and the early 2000s. To kill him off and like perma-kill him off was pretty brave and pretty bold. And I kind of like the idea. I think we had a Wolverine hangover, and I was hoping that it would give some other characters to kind of take the spotlight, because Wolverine was so big that he was sucking the air out of the room and really nobody else could shine. And they killed off Wolverine, and X-23 took his place as Wolverine. The fans really never caught on to that. They still really haven't. And to cop out, the Wolverine that we knew is still dead, yes, but they pulled Old Man Logan from another timeline, from another universe in. And then they pulled in a Wolverine who was just like the Wolverine that we knew from the past, from another timeline, thanks to, oh God, I forgot the name of the storyline where the event where Doctor Doom was basically God. I forget it. Let's move on. But they pulled that Wolverine, and then they pulled in X-Men Blue. They gave us Jimmy Hudson, who was the son of Wolverine from another timeline, and now Draken is a character being used currently who is a son of Wolverine. I'm not sure what the hell universe from. So they took that bold move of killing Wolverine off, but instead we got way too many Wolverines to take his place. So once again, it was a bold move, but they didn't commit to the bit, so they just kind of backed off, and now we have too many Wolverines, and nobody knows who's what's where, and honestly, the fans are ceasing to care. So, but like I said, great cover. Credit where credit's due. Why do they have a graphic designer? I'm not sure what this is. This guy, I'm glad he's gone. Cover artists. I think Juan Fernandez had done an issue of X-Men Blue, but I think everybody who works for Marvel has drawn an issue of X-Men Blue. That series has gone through a lot of artists really quickly. But getting into it, we don't know what it is. It starts off Kitty Pryde and the X-Men in this senator in her home, levitating her and basically calling her a bigot and threatening her. And I don't know what she did in an earlier storyline, and it doesn't really, just like an SJW nowadays in the real world, when they call you a bigot or a racist, they just use that name. They don't back it up with anything. They call diversity in comics a bigot and a racist all the time. And really, everybody who sees that online should immediately ask, what did he say? What did he do? Because it's never, they never prove it. They never have factual things to back it up. It's always their opinion that he's a racist or a bigot, and then they just kind of walk away from it. They hope that it's an Alinsky tactic. It's convoluted. It's stupid. But when someone says that, you should really just back that up with what it is. And here it is. She's being Kitty's being so woke. It's like when you single out a specific portion of the population for special treatment, Miss Nance, that's bigotry. Yes, you are correct, Kitty Pryde. You are very correct when you do that. So when you tell men they can't speak, they should just sit and listen, that's a certain type of special treatment. When you tell white people they should just be quiet at a Black Lives Matter rally or on the subject of race, that is bigotry. So yeah, you're correct. You're absolutely correct. I don't know what this interview is. I don't know what Kitty Pryde does in her life that she would be on a talk show. Oh yeah, here we go. Double woke. We get a second helping of woke. Right here. What is so broken inside people like you that you have to target anyone who's different? Yes, once again, you're broken. It's SJWs. If you find out a coworker is a conservative, if you find out somebody who's like Ethan Van Sciver, who is a prominent artist with DC, they find out that he's a conservative. Once again, people want to shut down his signings. They want him fired. They call him a racist, a bigot. They tell DC that he's a racist and bigot, but they never back it up. So yeah, Kitty, being woke, good job. You may be a big conservative, big fan of the First Amendment. So here we go with Kitty and Colossus. They had a relationship a while back, and I saw this and I was like, whoa, she's in a relationship in this. But then after this kiss, see, he said, oh, you're confused, and I'm like, oh, she's bi. So they can't really do that. You just can't do it, can you, Marvel? You can't have any hetero relationships in these comics. They always have to be convoluted or gay relationships, and there's nothing wrong with that. That's fine, but you have to have it reflect. They say that Marvel is the world outside your window. It has to reflect the real world. Then you can't have every relationship in the Marvel universe, in the comics right now, be gay, be lesbian. You can't do it. It's not working, and sales have gone by. So done with that. And we get to a protest where they're supporting the mutants. Once again, I don't know what was going on. I don't know why they're doing this, but yeah, I don't know. Oh yeah, this is an event, I guess. This is the Negative Zone War. If you didn't know, they really didn't care to advertise much about it. And this is the X-Men, so a giant spaceship shows up, starts wrecking stuff up, and they're getting the team together. Once again, this cover, bait and switch. This cover looks like there's going to be some action. This whole book, there's almost no action. Like nothing happens in this book. So if you can tell by my tone, this is not a buy. Just skip it. I bought the other one. I'm going to do the other one. I'm going to read it over and just to see if it goes somewhere interesting, if it just got a slow start. But I don't think it is. I don't know who that guy is either. So, burr. Once again, God, look at that. Look how dudeish Kitty Pryde looks. You are like, there's only like a hint of breast there to be a female. If you just change like a line, like right there, turn that into just like large pecs, that would be a large pec dude. Unity. I guess the parade is canceled. there some random sci-fi jets are fighting a random sci-fi warship. I don't know what's going on here. You obviously know these guys are the bad guys because check it out on this later page. This dude has a red band on his left arm and it has a little symbol on it. So not so subtle imagery right there. I guess these dudes were coming to get this monster creature who was hiding out unnoticed on Earth. Yeah, burr, little tiny bit of action, not really any, they just get their butts kicked. And lo and behold, the general, they're the captain of the ship and the monster dude are lovers. They're gay lovers. Once again, Marvel. You just always inject that. I mean, it sounds horrible to say it in this one instance, but when you look at the whole of what Marvel Comics has become, there's almost no heteronormativeness, if that's an SJW word. There's no straight relationships in Marvel anymore. It's all gay and lesbian, and that's kind of turning a lot of people off. Not that we're turned off by that or against it, you know, it doesn't reflect the world outside our window. So burr, warp, they're going away, they're running away. How did they capture these two? I was reading this and I stopped and I started to do the video and I thought about it. He teleports and she turns intangible and can phase through walls. How the hell did these 5 guys capture them with guns? I guess they needed to because of the plot. Yeah, that's it. It's pretty boring. Bait and switch. Cover looks great. The rest of the book. Now, if Marvel could get the book, the interior of the book, to match this, that would be great. That would probably improve sales quite a bit. But as it is right now, this issue, skip it. Number 16. I bought these both because the cover looked good and I kind of wanted to see what this negative was. I wanted to give X-Men Gold a shot. That's how much of an X-Men fan I am. I was willing to give it a shot when everybody has said this is kind of a trash book. This is they're just going through the motions. But I saw the cover looked great, and I just went with it. And once again, these 2 people, not in the book. So Marvel's using art from someone else for maybe another story, a different story, and slapping it on and selling a book. But, so you got me, Marvel, on this one. Good job. There's a slow clap for you on my table. You got me on that one. But I'll be back, I'll read this one, and if it's cringy enough, I'll probably just roast it. But yeah, I'm Nerdicane. This is a crappy book. Yeah, hit like, hit subscribe, tell me what you think in the comments, and you can hit me up on Twitter as well at Nerdicane. Thanks for watching. Bye.